Okay, so I wanted to tell you guys about my experience on Comedy Central at the Jeselnik Offensive show. And for those of you that don't know what that is, it's a show that airs on Comedy Central. He's a famous comedian. And this segment that I'm on is called Where is Your God Now? Yeah. And if you want to see the video, it's on YouTube. I uploaded it. And also, you can just type in Jeselnik. Probably can't spell that. I know I couldn't. But Jeselnik, where's your God now? It'll come up. Okay, so they contacted me, uh, and at first I thought it was a joke, like really, but it wasn't. I got in touch with the producers. We talked. We made arrangements. They were really fucking cool. They flew me out, and I had a bad experience getting there, um, which was my fault. But I was flying out on Delta Airlines, so it was like terminal, I think it was 2 in San Diego, flying to Los Angeles. And of course, they paid for everything. Everything. I I didn't realize. Well, first off, I went to the terminal that said Delta. Okay, I get there, trying to get through security. Security's X-ray machine broke, so they weren't letting anybody to the gates to fly out. And I had showed up plenty of time in advance because I wasn't going to miss this because, this is fucking international television. This is a major fucking event for me, to be on the show. And lo and behold, there's about 200 people in front of me. People are laying down, sitting down at the terminal. I'm like, what the fuck? I start asking people, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And people are like, oh, their X-ray machine broke. I'm like, how long have you been here waiting? They're like, about 45 minutes. I'm like, fuck. So I had to call the producer, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna miss my fucking flight. I'm gonna miss my flight. And she's like, that cannot happen. You need to get on that flight. I said, I can't do anything. What do you want me to do? She's like, we can film tomorrow, but it's gonna really put us back financially. So I was like, okay. And she's like, let me talk to security. I'm like, okay, here. Gave my phone to security. And security is like, I think she said something to the effect of, will you man when you push him in? And security was like, nope. And she's like, just get here as soon as you can. It's like, okay. Come on. So, security says, can I see your boarding pass? I said, sure. I showed it to them, and they're like, dude, you're not even in the right fucking terminal. All Delta flights from San Diego to LAX are in the commuter terminal. Oh, I'm like, fuck! They're like, yeah, you better run. You gotta run out there, catch this little bus, takes you to that terminal. And I did, and I made it. So I got there on time. But I was stressed. I was like so stressed. Like I was pissed, And I go there, and there's a little, Muslim, dare I say it, sand nigger, holding a sign with my name on it. A suit and tie guy, and he's like, he was really cool, but still, whatever. And he's like, come on, let's go. So we go. And it's not a limousine, but it's like a fucking pimped out, like, black Lincoln Town car, all black, tinted windows, mini bar in the back. It's like all leather. I mean, it's like, it's fucking nice. And we're driving, and I was trying to be good. I didn't want to drink. Well, no, let me rephrase that. I did want to drink, but I told myself I wouldn't, because I wanted to be on top of my game for the show, right? I didn't want to be like, I wanted to be sober and clear-headed. And oh wait, on that note, because right now I don't want to be sober or clear-headed. Okay, where was I? See, that's what happens. Where was I? Okay, so we're driving down the street. We're going to Hollywood. Okay, no big deal. But I am like stressed, and I was a little stressed about the show, but I was more stressed, way more stressed about the incident that I almost missed the flight. So I told Mohammed, or whatever his name was, will you please pull over to the liquor store? I need to get a drink. I don't have time to go to a bar and get a drink. I just, I fuck it. Okay, liquor store, fine. We go there, and he's like my bodyguard. Like, he went in there with me, stood behind me, followed me. Like, it was kind of creepy, to tell you the truth, but I guess that's what he does. Okay, I appreciate his services. So I get a 32-ounce bottle of Gatorade, and I get a half pint, a little one with those little $3 pints, half pints of vodka. Get out there, I drink as much Gatorade as I can. I pour some of it out of the ground, pour the vodka in there. Now look at him, and he's standing right there next to me. I said, "You don't have a problem with me drinking in your car, do you?" He's like, "It's just Gatorade, sir." I said, "Man, you are cool. All right, let's go." So I pound that shit, man. I get there, and I'm not drunk. Like, that just gets me started. But now I'm calm. I'm calm. And you know what Comedy Central said? We just want you to act normal. We just want you to act normal. And that is me normally. So actually, if it was me normally, I'd be more drunk. But so we get there, and they rush me in to the makeup place. Oh, and by the way, Anthony Jeselnik, he thought it would be funny to have us all show up at an all-girls Catholic high school. So we're at an all-girls Catholic high school. Now, granted, school's out. So, unfortunately, there were no Catholic high schools walking around in miniskirts, which is what I was hoping for. But no, there was nobody there but Comedy Central. But they rushed me in, and I've been on the news a couple times, but I've never done any TV shit like this. So it was a little awkward, to have like a girl putting makeup on you. I was sitting like a barber's type chair, and it made me look less ugly. Okay, so and if you watch the video, you can tell the difference between this face right here and the face that's on TV. It's just the way TV works, I guess. But Anthony Jeselnik came in, shook his hand, and he was really cool. He goes, I'm not a Satanist. He goes, but I am an extreme atheist, and I did read part of the Satanic Bible, to do my homework for the show, and it actually makes a lot of sense, and I support what you guys are doing. I thought that was a big compliment, not just for me, for all Satanists. So he kind of informed me, like, this is how the show is going to be, but they wouldn't give me any questions. Like, I wanted to know, like, what questions they were going to ask me. They didn't. They said no. He wants you to be spontaneous. Basically, no. You're not going to know any of the questions. So I was like, all right, what am I going to say? Nothing. I mean, there ain't shit I can do about that. I mean, I wanted to be prepared, but they wanted me to be off the cuff. They wanted me to just be spontaneous. So we get in there. We start filming, just him and I. We filmed probably just him and I for probably about 2 hours. And he asked me a fucking shit ton of questions. You know, and I knew most of it was going to get edited, but yeah, they chopped off about 95% of it. You know, we filmed for almost 2 hours, about 2 hours roughly, and I think I'm on there for like 2 minutes. He's a really fucking funny guy. I mean, when there were breaks, like there was technical problems, like we got to stop filming, you know, they got to change the film, or the lighting wasn't right, or we would start sweating, and then they'd come and they'd put all that shit on your face again. You know, for whatever reason, or one of us would stutter. You know, so they had a lot of cuts. On our downtime, it was very awkward because I don't know this guy and he doesn't know me, but I'm sitting face to face with him about like 2 feet away in a chair, and they tell us, you can't move, don't move, because if you move, then they got to reposition their cameras because they want to edit it seamlessly to make it look like it's a continuous thing, right? So what we did is we just took turns of making fun of each other. He started with me. He was like, so, it's your first time on national television? I'm like, yeah, pretty much. He's like, so, I see you went to Goodwill, picked out some clothes. I was like, yeah, okay. I'm like, well, you know, I was told that, you know, you had wardrobe people, you know, that were going to dress me. But I guess you're so fucking Jewish, you can't afford that, huh? And he's not Jewish, but I think his parents are. Either way, so that was kind of, we went back and forth, and he made fun of my hair. I mean, I got a little hair now, but you know, I was completely shaved back, you know, when I went. And he goes, so I see you took time to do your hair. I was like, yeah, well, you know, I was afraid that they'd make me look like you, kind of like Justin Bieber. And he laughed, and we just took turns making fun of each other. Okay, and so, okay, move past that. The show went great. You know, we had my one-on-one interview with him, and then they did a group show where he had talked to a bunch of Satanists in the group. Then, here's where it gets really interesting. We went back to they got me a room at the Hotel Angelino, which is a nice resort that overlooks Hollywood. Very cool of them. Like, you know, I would have been cool with a Motel 8 or 6 or whatever it is. Yeah, no, they put me up in a high class place. It was very cool. I get there, and well, first they were doing wine sampling, so all of us showed up. Well, most of us showed up, and we sat there, and we're supposed to sample the wine. It's supposed to be wine sampling, right? No, we just fucking sat there and drank all the wine that we could until the guy with the wine was like, hey, you gonna buy a bottle, or are you just gonna sit here and drink? And so I check in. When I check in, you know, they give you the little plastic card that opens the door. You know, they gave me that, and they also gave me a metal key. And the metal key, I was like, what's this for? They're like, oh, it's for the mini bar. And I tried to give it back to the guy. I was like, nah, I can't afford this, man. You know, here, just keep it. You know, we'll buy our own booze. He's like, it says here that Comedy Central says all expenses paid. I was like, oh, shit. Well, in that fucking case, give me that fucking key. Got the key, went up there, started having a party. You know, we were drinking, We were drinking. There are drugs going on, you know, of various variety. I'm gonna change some names here, okay, to, you know, to protect the identities of the people involved. One of the women that showed up, we'll call her Jill. Okay, Jill. She was getting fucked up. And don't get me wrong, everybody was getting fucked up. Or most of us were, anyway. You know, whether it was booze, drugs, whatever. We were fucking partying like rock stars. We were sitting on the balcony. We're on the 15th floor. And we're throwing bottle caps over the balcony. Trying to hit, because there's a swimming pool below us. We're trying to hit people below us. And we never made the bottle cap successfully to hit one of the swimmers in the pool. There was a gust of wind, and so you blew the bottle caps. But whatever. Oh, fine. So we're all having a good time. Here's where it gets really weird. We ran out of ice. One, we destroyed the minibar. We drank everything inside, except for the sparkling water, because sparkling water are for fags. Well, sorry if you're a fag, but seriously, like, who likes sparkling water? So that was the only thing left in the minibar. We'll call her Jill. My friend, we'll call him Jack. Jack shows up, and he's an owner of a very similar satanic social networking site. He's a personal friend of mine, and so is Jill. The rest of the people I had just met. But, so there's Jack and Jill. Those are the only two people I know in real life. Shit. I should have planned ahead. We ran out of ice. And I went to go get ice down the hallway with my little bucket. I have a little bucket, put ice in it. Okay, I came back, and Jill, who's never met Jack, Jill was standing there with a can of mace pointing it at Jack. And I'm like, what the fuck? What happens? And she goes, Jack insulted me. I looked at Jack, and Jack goes, all I said is Blanche Barton can suck my dick, or something to that effect. And I said, Jill, what are you doing? Put the mace down. And she's like, what? What are you going to do if I don't? And she like was all fucked up and pointed the mace at me. And I was like, look, put the mace down. Put the mace down. I tried to talk her, like, calm her down. And she's like, don't you tell me what to do. And she like pushed my face. She didn't slap me or hit me. It was just more like a, you know, she just like pushed my face basically. And so I said, okay, it's time for you to leave. Get out. Leave. Get out. She's like, what are you going to do if I don't? So I'm going to call security and have them throw you out. And then she's like, I got a better idea. And she picks up the phone and calls 911. Okay. And she's on the phone with 911 and says, there's this guy named Zach, blah, 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 who just strangled me. And he's holding me against my will. And gave them the address. And I was just like, are you serious, Jill? This is fucking bullshit. Bullshit. And security came up. So I think the cops called the hotel and said, what's going on? Security came up. And yeah, security came up. And they said, what's the problem? They didn't even knock. They just opened the door. You know, got a special little key card that opens every door. I said, the problem is this girl dressed in the pink. Get her the fuck out of here, please. And they go, are you Zach? I said, yes, I am. And they said, and they told her, let's go, get the fuck out. And she took her food that she was eating and she threw it all over my bed as she left. I was like, oh, thanks. I appreciate that. And she's like, fuck you, Zach. It's like, fuck you too. And yeah, so after that, that kind of ruined the party. Security was cool though. They called me back and they're like, you know, we were doing some drugs, we were drinking, and security called me back a few minutes later and we're like, just to let you know, here's a courtesy call. If the cops are on their way up, you might, if you have anything up there that you don't want the cops to see, you might want to get rid of it. I was like, you guys are fucking super cool. Super cool. Thank you very much. And that's pretty much how the night ended. I had a blast. I had a blast. The people that I met, the Satanists that showed up for the show were fucking cool. Every single one of them were awesome. Yeah, I mean, we had a blast, but it was a strange ride. I guess that's all I got to say. I'll see you guys.